All right, everybody. Hi, and welcome back to the channel. This is Aaron Miller. We are getting ready for the opener of the 2022-2023 Ohio deer season. Starts tomorrow morning. Today's the 23rd of September. Tomorrow morning is the 24th of September, and that is opening day of Ohio's deer seasons for the 2022-2023 seasons. Some updates for this year. We've got 247 subscribers this year. That is a increase of about 50 from last year. I'm not sure exactly where we were at this time last year. I said in my update the day before last year's deer season started that we were pushing 200, so I'm going to assume we were right around that 200 mark. 247 now. If you're a new subscriber to the channel, I appreciate it. Hopefully one of these days we get on that monetization and we'll be able to start bringing some really cool content, but we'll see when we get there. Some updates for this year. That's kind of the purpose of this video. Talk about where we're at with the channel, where I'm at in my life, and how that will relate to my hobbies and my passions, which are, as always, the great outdoors here in the great state of Ohio. Some updates for this year. No new properties to hunt. I'm going to try and bring some of those other properties that I don't typically spend a lot of time in, kind of bring them back into the rotation this year. I've got a couple properties that are farther away than I would have hunted last year, but I moved about 20 minutes closer too. So we should be pulling some other properties kind of back into that rotation and see how they're doing. I suppose a small update. As of right now, I'm not sure where all the deer are at because the servers for our cell cameras are down right now. So we are struggling to see where the deer are. I know where they were at yesterday. They all went down this morning. So the people online are not happy about that. I suppose I'm a person online and I'm not happy about that either. So we're going to kick it old school. We'll see how that goes. In the morning, I feel pretty good about tomorrow morning. I think we'll be able to put a big doe on the ground in the morning. We'll see. Another update. Last year, I spent probably 20 days cutting meat, and I really enjoyed that. I said earlier that I have moved since last year, and this new property that I'm living at now with my wonderful girlfriend that I love very much, that property is great for a lot of things. It's not a place that I'm going to be hanging deer up in the garage and butchering like we did last year. So that's off the table for this year. Kind of the plan for that. We'll field dress our deer like we always do, get them cooled down, do all that, take them up to the butcher shop, and we'll leave them in ice like that and have them cut them. There's things in life worth paying for, and that's one of them. Have them cut them. I'm just going to have a lot of the meat that would otherwise be made into burger. I'm going to have that cubed, and we'll make some sausage with them this winter when I've got, hopefully, don't want to put my, count my chickens before they hatch, but hopefully we've got 6 deer on the ground by the end of the season. We'll get our cubed meat, thaw it all out at the same time, season it, make some delicious food products with that. Something I'm passionate about. You can have your passions and compromise on them also. So I am not going to be planning on butchering a lot of deer at my house this year. Probably will butcher one at work. I'm a school teacher by trade. That is one of my other passions in life. Teaching high school kids, teach vocational agriculture in Central Ohio. Also, last year, the last video that's on this channel actually, the buck that I shot at the end of November, I butchered that with my kids last year. It's a cool thing. Kids like to see that. I think that's an important thing to show kids. Where does your food come from? And then let them get a chance to try it. Kids get really excited about deer jerky. So I suppose I do too. It's not my favorite part of the deer, but sure, if whatever kids get excited about, we'll do it. Probably be doing some of that. I've got my smoker up here. We might butcher one day and then bring my cutting board up and slice a bunch of the roasts real thin, and we'll just make deer jerky for everybody. Sure, we'll see. Moving on, recapping my 2021 goals. Last year, my goals were to film all my hunts from 2 different camera angles, recover 100% of my deer that I shot, kill only mature deer, kill a deer from a barn, kill a deer on a new property, and be efficient with my time. Starting out with the first one, film all my hunts. Yes, I did film all my hunts. From 2 camera angles, I did not. So that was a area that we will work on improving on this coming year. Recover 100% of the deer that I shoot. Yes, we did. We shot 6 deer last year, and we recovered 6 deer last year. The freezers at the house are full, so that's a good thing. Probably be thawing some of that stuff out in December and making sausage with this year's stuff and last year's stuff. We'll see. Who knows? Kill only mature deer, absolutely. Did a number on the big doe population in central Ohio last year. We shot a deer in Franklin County. We shot 2 or 3 deer in Fairfield County, and at least 1, and then 2 in Ross County is where we were at last year. Just big deer, just big does. Filling the freezers up with them. We are not hurting for protein down on State Route 180 right now. Kill a deer from a barn. I was not successful with that one last year, but I am looking at it this year. That's a hot spot that I've got for this year. Seeing some deer down there, that is one of the goals that I am looking to check off the list for this coming year as well, which we'll talk about here in a second for this year's goals. Kill a deer on a new property. We were successful with that. We got our first deer in Franklin County, probably our last deer in Franklin County. That property is out of the rotation now. Landowner up there said that they're not opening it up to have people hunt on it. It's not my property, not my circus, not my monkeys, but I was appreciative last year of it, and it was cool. So we did kill a deer on new property last year, which was exciting. And the last goal that I had from last year was to be efficient with my time, and we were relatively efficient with our time last year. The year before the 2020-2021 Ohio deer seasons, I think I was in the woods like 50 times for 6 deer, and I don't want to do that again. That was a hard year to hunt. I am not really interested in spending 50 days away from the people that I love and care about. So hopefully this coming year we're even more efficient with our time, which is a good segue here into this year's goals. Be efficient with my time is the first goal that I've got this year. It was the last one that I talked about last year. The 2021-2022 Ohio deer seasons, I sat, I think, 19 times for 6 deer. And that's as efficient as I've ever been. That which we track tends to improve, and hoping to improve on that for this year. Hoping to get those efficiency figures up a little bit. This year, we'll see how that works. I won't have as much time to hunt after work this year. I am going to hunt on the weekends as much as I can. We'll take a couple personal days through the year, I'm sure, to get out there and chase big whitetails around central Ohio. Some other goals this year, I suppose, with that efficiency, there are other things I would rather be doing than spending 40 days a year in the woods. I love to hunt. I thoroughly enjoy that. That's my first true passion in life. For a lot of it was chasing deer around central Ohio, and I still love to do that. I do have some other priorities in my life right now, and am very happy to have those other priorities. We can, make some compromises. I will not be in the woods as much this year, hoping to still have the same end result of freezers full of deer and a big buck on the ground by the time it's over with. But we are going to be efficient with our time this year. My dad passed away last year, and that is something that weighs on me. I think about it every day. Some goals that I have this year: kill a deer with dad's broadheads, He has a set of 3 blade Muzzy broadheads from 20 years ago, probably. And he had them in a box down in the basement. So we'll see how they fly. If they fly well through our 10-point Titan M1 crossbow, we will probably have those in the quiver. We'll see what we can do with those. That makes me nervous on one level. I have had a lot of success with Rage broadheads. I've recovered 100% of the deer that I've shot since 2018. That's something that we will have to see. That remains to be seen. I am not going to take time out of archery season to meet these other goals that I've got, but I do have a goal to kill a deer with my dad's .357 Magnum revolver, kill a deer with my dad's old deer shotgun, which would be cool also. If that happens, we will definitely bring that to you here. I also have on there to kill a deer with my flintlock. I've got a Pennsylvania rifle, 50 caliber flintlock. That'd be cool. We'll see. Again, not gonna limit myself in the archery seasons, but if it gets to that point, we'll get the old powder burners out and see what we can do with those. The last goal that I have is to film all my hunts this year, not necessarily to film them from both camera angles. I will take that. I love to hunt. I like to edit videos, I guess. That's just more work, so we'll see. But filming my hunts, I do want to film that at a high level to bring you guys cool stuff, good quality video to watch. I just bought some new lighted Nox, so we should be able to capture some good video with those this year as well. But I want to get better with my filming. That's a goal of mine for this year. And that, believe it or not, I am on a script, so there you go. You all get a chance to peek behind the curtain on that. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, please do let me know. I can talk at length about the outdoors. This is my first true passion in life. Was doing the stuff that I get a chance to do now, and I love it. If you do have any questions, let me know. Talk about it down below. I answer everything on there that comes up. Yeah, I suppose that's it. Like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff that you hear the bigwig YouTube channels tell you to do. And we will see you all in the deer woods. Have a safe fall. Good luck, good hunting, and let's get it done this year. We'll see you.